Oh, Marathon Monday. Wouldn't be Monday without Marathon Monday. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Hope everyone had a good weekend. It is a beautiful Coburg morning here at the mothership. We got a lot going on. Stick with us because it's all brilliant, as Woody would say. We got 1379 and 1378 right on the both sides of me. Look at the backside of 79 getting ready for its delivery. 1378 right behind the camera. Doing the audit work off right now, but very busy. However, we wanted to show you the beautiful paint job of 1382. This is a coach that's in production, and we're working on this one right now. Coach 1382. There's my man, Jim Cogly.
Good morning.
Jim, how are you?
Good, Mal.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this so we can talk. 1382.
Beautiful, Coach.
Look at this. Abigail's got our microphone.
Wow.
That's for you, Bob Barker.
Really? What am I going to do with this?
We're going to play Plinko this morning.
Anybody want to buy a bus? Anyway.
Totally.
This beautiful, Coach.
This is awesome. So this paint job, you guys all know that I really like a lot of white in a coach. It's going to be beautiful out in the natural light when we get it outside.
You're right. And the contrast with the dark and the light colors is always a winner. And you got those beautiful charcoals and grays in there, and just a little accent color to make it really, really pop. So,
Absolutely. Well, we wanted to walk through this coach. Jim's customers had asked Jim to show it on the Marathon Monday show, and I think it's a good opportunity to walk through the coach and kind of check the progress of 1382.
Sure.
And let's go walk through it. The new H3 is exciting for us because there's so many different changes, but already without anything on this stairway, you can see how it moves in towards the coach. It kind of has that tilt or that angle.
That's even different, and of course the new aerodynamic front end with the new headlights, that's gorgeous.
Jim, tell us a little bit about that front end, if you will.
Well, it's just all redesigned, and I think it's, what is it, 11 inches longer?
It's like 11 and a half inches longer, yeah.
And just the angles and the aerodynamic shape really, and I think it's just a really fresh, gorgeous look.
I like the eyebrows.
I do too. I like that.
Yep.
And this front piece pops
frunk
open, which is really nice. Yeah, the front. Yeah, so lots going on just before you even walk in, which is great.
Let's go this way. We can go through the scaffolding here because this will give us a chance to safely get in and out.
I'm following you.
All right. And one of the things that stands out right away is I see some cabinetry is actually being installed right now coming our way.
Some subfloor. Yeah, we're making some progress. Some lights, spotlights in the ceiling, and
right above the cockpit, I could see the infrastructure for the drop-down TV.
Right, and I think the very beginnings of the infotainment monitors are getting placed in there, and a lot of this fit and finish work will be happening over this next few weeks.
Absolutely, and I like seeing the new monitors for the infotainment.
Yeah, I think that's
a big part of the new cockpit of the new H3 is the infotainment, which operates pretty much everything for the coach right there. It's a better monitor, it's a better infrastructure for all of our systems. Oh, the water closet looks like it's got the Kerdi wall is up on the water closet already, Jim.
Oh yeah.
The waterproofing membrane, also known as the Kerdi wall, is up there.
How many miles of wire do we have going on here, John? Probably 4?
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's kind of a unwritten rule of how many miles of wires are in every coach, and it's always a fun topic to discuss.
Yeah.
But I always love looking at the wiring because to me it's an organized Jackson Pollock. It's just very organized.
Aircraft style design,
the quality is amazing.
It's beautiful.
You know, Jim, everybody builds a nice coach in our industry, but what I will tell you is Marathon does, in my opinion, and you've been here a lot longer than I have, but in my opinion, Marathon does the important things best.
that you can't see every
that you
day.
can't see. The wiring, the engineering, the plumbing. I think
Huge.
I think if I step out of my logoed shirt, Marathon does these important things for the infrastructure of the build of the coach best. And I think that shows in the longevity of our product.
I do too. And the amount of buses we've built over the years, and
Yeah.
we're on 1,382 on this coach, and that we've stood the test of time, and we're building a lot of buses still in comparison to our competitors, and so we're keeping a lot of people happy out there on the road.
Absolutely. Well, let's go on back outside and see what kind of trouble we can get into out there. Thanks, John.
You bet.
Looks like some of the flooring has already been installed. Some of the heated floors. You can see them working on the cockpit down there. On the flooring, very nice. Lighting is in.
So Mel, I'm gonna leave you
Yes.
to keep doing good things.
I-
Okay.
thank you, Jim. Thanks for taking the time to hang out with us.
All right.
I'll give that back to Abigail. I want to take a look. Abigail, how are we doing on time? What's that? So we've got a few more minutes, so we're going to walk this way because we're going to leave Coach 1382. And I want to go down and just kind of walk into service. And we'll end the show at the backside of service. There's so much going on with our service departments right now. The West Coast is coming into its big season. For those of you who don't know, between Halloween and April of next year, of 2024, is the big season for the West Coast. Not just down in Indio, where Jim and I spend a lot of time showing coaches, selling coaches, and really representing Marathon. But there's so much other things going on for the West Coast. So we're kind of coming into that season. And so I wanted to make one more point of reference for all of you Marathon owners out there that watch this show. Make appointments with your service guys. Make appointments, not just if you're coming into Florida, Texas, or Oregon for an appointment or you need something fixed, but also remember that Marathon has quite the presence at a lot of the RV parks, not just on the West Coast, but Midwest, all the way down to Florida. So don't forget, make an appointment. If you're going to be at one of the RV parks, don't hesitate to call up here to Oregon, to Florida, to Texas, and make an appointment, because if they're going to be in the RV park, they still need an invoice. That's important. Okay, we're going to walk right through here, the heavenly hands of Rob Angelo. And of course, there's Kurt Nelson right there, for those of you guys who know. Good morning, guys. So much going on. Excuse me, Terry. Diamond Dave Bash, we just walked by him. Look at Wes working on a windshield. Good morning, Wes. Hope everyone in the service had a good weekend. The heartbeat of this company is in the service department here in Oregon. A lot of you owners know these guys, and these guys are some of the most trusted people in this company. Zach and Cameron here. But what I wanted to show you is something that I saw early this morning were these sofa infrastructures. There's Landon. Good morning, Landon.
What's going on?
Hey, you know what? I was just talking to people about making appointments, especially if they're going to see you guys in the desert. How important is that?
Yeah, important.
Very important. You see that?
Yep.
Thank you, brother.
We tend to slide them in there. We'll get them in.
Absolutely. Did you hear that, you guys? They get them slid in, and that's what Marathon does. Look at these sofas. These we're working on the new infrastructure of a couple of sofas right here. There's so much going on these remodels. I'm seeing a new coach getting some things added. I'm seeing an older coach I'm seeing a 2016 getting some things added, from flooring to sofas to new lighting. There's a lot of things going on in the Marathon service department. Make your appointment. The other thing I'm going to say before we get out of here is There's a lot of people that can do this type of stuff, but nobody does it as well as Marathon. The coach was built in this building. That's right. The coach was built in this building by the same hands that are doing these remodels. So please consider, if you're gonna do a remodel, especially one that's gonna add value to your coach, please do it at a Marathon facility. It will add value to your coach, and the same hands in the same building that built your coach also can do the remodel the proper way. That being said, be yourself and do good things. I'm gonna hang out for this Monday morning. I'll see you next week. Next week, I got something to show you. We're gonna be bringing a couple of coaches from paint over here into the production facility, so that's gonna be exciting. So for everybody here at Marathon, including everybody down here in the service department, have a good week, and we'll see you next week.